Hello to myself and everybody else. This is video 70. So far today, I'm basically just doing something a little bit different. So far I just picked up and started just trying to learn like the programming language C++. The reason I started trying to learn that is because again, after going to college for like 8 years, not learning anything, I just want to learn a programming language so I can feel like I at least know how to do something. Again, I'm working with like Game Maker and everything, but again, learning another language could be useful. Plus C++ I hear is good for like Unreal Engine, so that can help me like years down the line. So, and with a lot of other stuff too. But yeah, so basically I've been working with this. I watched some tutorials and everything. Basically the tutorials I've been watching have been this one right here, the C++ tutorial for beginners, learn C++ in an hour, from the channel Programming with Mosh. And so far, again, this video did teach me a decent amount of stuff and everything. The only thing, if I have to say about this video, is that this video, it's an hour and 22 minutes, but it's like the actual full course is longer than this. So if you want to see like the full course, you have to like go to his website, make an account and everything and stuff like that. So I didn't do that. I basically just watched this video and then I ended up going to another site, ended up going to another channel, the C++ programming course beginner to advanced, from the freecodecamp.org YouTube channel. So far, this is a 31-hour long course. So I'm not like crazy far into it. I'm like 2 hours and something in, but so far, just a word of advice too. If you ever go to this, scroll down to the comments and somebody has like all the stuff timestamped, so that's like really useful. The description, it has stuff timestamped, but it only has like the main chapters and that's it. So you want to go to the comments and look at everything. But yeah, basically so far with this and everything, it just goes over stuff like setting up the tools, diving in, variables and data and all that. So far, again, I'm not like super far into this. I'm like, for this one, I'm about like 2 hours and 49 minutes in. But from both of those videos, I basically did learn like a decent amount of stuff. And I'm basically just making this video to just like review for myself and just like, make sure I just learned everything that I can. So this isn't a video to teach. I'm not like trying to teach anything. I'm just basically just making sure I learned everything I could and just reviewing for myself. So I'm just going to get started with this because basically I just learned like little things here and all though. So like type in include IO stream. And another thing, just type in using namespace std. That prevents it so I don't have to like type st. So basically I won't, every time I want to like print a line, I'll have to type this each time. That's it. And then from there, just type in std and L. Because basically this right here basically just shows like how to print a line and everything like that as well. So I wanted to type this out every single time. Another thing I should go ahead and do as well, just go ahead and type in int main. This is the way so like the program actually run. Because int main basically allows it so like this is what will run when I hit run. So basically to show this, I can just like if I comment this out real quick, so comment that out and just run this, it will just show the word stuff here on the terminal. But if I get rid of the comments here, I can basically just do this. So every time I have to keep typing in std : space, like just I have to keep doing that each time. I can just do this and then it'll just run the way it needs to. So namespace and everything like that. So far, basically, I printed out some things. I'm just testing that and everything. For this, let's go ahead and try, let's say, make a variable. So I'll call this, say, int x, and then we'll just say equals, let's just say 10. Another int, call it y, set equal to, let's say, 7. And from there, let's see what I want to do. Okay, let's do this. Let's say make another one called like int z equals x plus y. And then from here, instead of stuff, we'll just say just print Z. So let's just see what up. Yep, so print 17. Just adding up the numbers and everything here. So I'll put some space there so it'll just be easier to read. Okay, another thing, stuff I'm probably going to see if I can do. Let me just think real quick. Because so far, just a decent amount of stuff I just kind of had some testing and everything with as well. So basically for this, again, just printing basic addition, making variables, and trying to think what else and everything too. Okay, so far I'm back. So far, a thing I'll go ahead and just test out is, let's say, just another thing here. So just like basically show I can like print multiple things together. So I can just say addition answer is space colon, then just that as well. Wait, not that, sorry. Double quotes, there, yep. So that I can just run it again. Yeah, so with that I can have like text and an output of an integer or a variable and stuff around here. So for the other thing I'll go ahead and do is just make a function as well. So again, let's make a, I don't know, let's try like a division function or something like that. No. So that I'll do double, call it division. Yeah, it's called division. That, and do this. Put two argument stuff in. So say double, and we'll call it, let's say, call it first param. So the first parameter. Another double, and call it second param. So that's the two parameters there. Then from here, basically make it so it divides. So it would be, call it, let's just say like, okay, variable call results. Also made that a double. Equal, and then just from there, it just goes first param divided by second param. Just hit tab so you can just print that and everything too. Have it return results. Yeah, that's another thing I forgot too. I forgot down here. That's another thing I have to do. Just do return 0. So that make sure it stops at the end. That's probably why it was taking forever to load. So okay, so with that, I'll go ahead and just go ahead and like just let's see if this works real quick. I'll put notes and stuff here. Just say testing division function. And we'll just do, let's say, yeah, we'll call it test equals, and then just thing here. So let me see. So yeah, division, two parameter stuff there. So we'll say, let's say 100 by 2. Put a comma there. And then we'll just do the other thing of cout. And then just say the division function gives us that, and then just type in test, everything here, and then end L. So it's the end of that. So let's test and see if it works. Yep, there was a problem there. I messed something up. Okay, yeah, so test, I gotta give it a thing, so call it double as well. So now run it again. Division not declared. Script. Division. Okay, so I got a problem here. So I gotta run back through and just see what I did wrong. So give me a second real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so I figured out what the problem was. Basically, I just changed the name of division up here to test just to make sure I wasn't like interfering with another function or something. Because I don't know if there's like a built-in function called division, so I just changed the name of it. Made sure they matched, I think one of them was different. And then from here I tried to put double or something to like, you know, tell what this variable stuff was. Then when I run it now it works. So basically again, gives you the sum and stuff like that. Division function gives the sum of 50. So there's a whole thing with that and everything. Testing this. So far, another thing I want to do is for here, let's just say like print out what the parameters are. So we'll just do cout and just say the first parameter is okay, that, so first parameter is, and then we'll just put it as first parameter in L. So we'll just copy this and then just change it so it can be the second parameter as well. Second parameter in L. So this is going to test it now, see what's up. Yep, so this, it prints off what the two parameters are and everything for the thing here. Let me also do this as well. I can put like another end L just to add extra space. There it goes, so it separates everything way better and all that. Okay, so far again, basically I tested out just creating a function, using that function, and so far I want to do something else as well too. So I'm going to make another function and everything as well. So we'll say double, let's call it multiply test, and we'll basically do the exact same thing and stuff as well. So I can basically use the exact same parameters as well. So I can either type it out or just copy it, but basically I can just say like the exact same parameters. And what I really want to do is basically, again, I can just use everything from here as well. So I can just copy that, which in reality, again, I probably should type this out again just so I can make sure I got it down. But for now, I'm just like really testing something, just kind of see what's up. So from here, this should be the multiplication one. So we're going to do this. Let me make some space at the bottom of this so I can be able to scroll way down. All right. So basically, a thing I can do is paste this, multiplication, wait, and multiply test, and just say multiply instead of multiplication. Also multiply test and everything stuff too as well. Some that. So basically what I do is with this, I can basically do the exact same thing, but with this I don't have to like declare the like variable stuff again. So basically we're going to test this, and basically I can just use the same thing again as long as I don't declare the sum as a double, because it's already declared up here. I can just like use the exact same thing. So hold on, let me put some space in this so I can be able to like see it better. So run it again. There we go. So this basically, see the basic one again, 17. For the division one, it gives us 50. And for the other function for multiplication, it gives us 200 for multiplication. So again, I can make multiple functions, and I can just test and do a bunch of stuff like that as well. So it helps out a lot. The other thing, let me test another thing and stuff real quick too. So I'm going to keep these and stuff. And basically the other thing I want to test out is getting user input. So let's just say, see if I'm going to just remember how, well, let me comment first too. So input for, let's say, division. And with that, it would be, see, I can remember exactly what it is. So yeah, it'll be, I think, CN. Then instead, yeah, these symbols here. Type 2 numbers to be divided. That and everything as well. So then this. Then we declare the variables. So double A, double B. And then we declare, let's say, gotta try to remember how to do this again because practice it a tiny bit. Let me see if I can remember how to do it again. All right, so if I remember correctly. And so far I got my notes too. I was just like bringing my notes real quick because I basically did this before and everything when I typed stuff out. So I just basically have to remember how I did this. Yeah, because basically here while I'm looking at everything as well. So double that. Okay, so I messed up here. Yeah, so I see out first, then I see in. Okay. Then basically I had to clear it and do what I did in the other one. Alright. So yeah, like I said again, nothing's wrong with using your notes. Again, I'm still new to this, so just make sure I get it out. So see out. This way, type that in, get the double. Then we see in. Yeah, let's look at it again so I can remember again. Okay, then we see in the variables and everything as well, so we make sure we got it. So see in A and B. Then from there, we go ahead and just make something so it's an answer and stuff for that as well. Well, let me look back. Yeah, like I said, I'll look back at my notes a few times because, again, I just need to make sure I remember exactly what this was. Okay, so make another variable stuff here. So we'll call this one answer. And then we just use the function here, which will be, yeah, division test. So it'll be A comma B. So those will be the variable stuff for that. So from there we see out the answers. So let's say answer is answer. And also as well, so when I do this one, put another end L so I can be able to see the difference. Okay, so let's run it and see if it works. Okay, type in two numbers to be divided. So we'll say 100 and let's say 5. Yep, first parameter is 100, second one's 5, answer is 20. So, yep, with this we can get user input as well. If anything though, I probably should make it so there's like extra space afterwards as well. So, let's do this again. End L, make sure there's like extra space so it separates these two so it's easier to read. So let's run it again. Type in two numbers to be divided. Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, I'm stupid because with that, it just basically added an extra space there. Okay, so hold on, let me do this. Separate that. So what I should do is up here in the division function as well, basically my return results. Other parameter is, I'm looking real quick just to make sure I got this real quick. Because basically just putting space stuff at the end of that. So in reality, one, I don't really need this here. Because I don't want it to like jump to another line when you're typing the numbers in as well. So get rid of that. And then, let me just run it again just to make sure. Just see what I was doing real quick. Like I said, 105. Yeah, so far to basically make it more clear, I probably just have to like afterward just like print a line or something here. So basically if I do it like this, it'd be like kind of a bit more messy, but I can just do basically like, actually I'm curious, can I just type end L and let me see something. Let me see C out. End L. So I'm just testing something right now, just see. Let's see what's up. So two numbers. Two. Okay, well it does it after that answer and stuff there. Because basically the parameters and stuff like that as well. I would probably put a line above that, so built in. So at least I know this line right here, it can just be used to just add a space. So that's actually really good. So let me cut that, and then in here, this is where I basically add it. So basically just a built-in space. And let me make sure something real quick too. So for the division ones here, let's run and test it, see what happens, and then I can decide later on if I want to. Yeah, so it adds an extra space between each one. So by default, I don't actually have to do it. So let me hit stop. Let me get rid of the end L at the end of each one, the extra one. Well, actually, this one I should keep that. Because, yeah, keep that first one. Get rid of it for the other two. Okay, now we run it. Yeah, so again, space here, space here. Yeah, I'm messing up because there's no space at the end of the other one, but again, just... So, okay, I'll stop it again. I know I'm just messing around with, like, just organization stuff, too. I'm just, like, messing around now, just seeing what I can do, just to make it look a bit more clear and neat. So, yeah, space there, two numbers divided, so, say 100 and, I don't know, 4. Enter. Yep, space there, 100, 4, and 25. All right. So that just makes it look a bit more neat and everything as well, so you can, like, see what's up. Actually, even with that, I didn't even have to put the end L up here as well. Again, just still a whole learning experience as well. I'm just, like, messing around with stuff so I can just try to get better. Again, nothing's wrong with, like, looking at your notes to make sure you got everything down. Because it took me a second just to remember, like, getting the input and everything as well, what I had to do. So, yeah, just again, testing it. The more I work with it, the better I'll get. So it just takes a while. But from what I remember too, because this is, yeah, so basically I can just do the exact same thing as well for the multiplication function. So I can just, like, copy this V and then just say multiply two numbers to multiply. And then same thing, just don't declare what it is because it's already declared on the top as a double. Answer, get rid of that. Get rid of division test and call it multiply test. Answer is this. And so far, again, we'll just run it again so we can just see what's up. So two numbers divide, so we'll go 104. Answer with that. Yeah, so there's no space between the two as well. I would have to do something about that, but for now, yeah, so I'll have to put an end L here. But for now, just for testing purposes, just to see, you know, we'll make it a decimal this time. So 12.1 and bump another 12 point, let's say 7. Answer is, because it's multiplying, 151.67. So, yep, it does work. Basically, the only thing I would have to do to really, like, clean it up and stuff here would be add another end L here. And again, just to check and make sure that I'm not just, like, making stuff up. So I'm just using 100 because why not? Just something just for it to be quick. Even with the division, it adds a decimal because we made it a double. So to multiply, so 4.4 times, let's say 3.3, 14.52. So that we can just see right here that, let me see if I can make it bigger. Yep. So we can see right here that the addition, the basic printing out, let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, so the basic addition, everything right here, the basic print, that works. The parameters for the function for division and multiplication, both of them right here. These two work. It prints the parameters as well as print the answer as well. User input, we got that working for division and multiplication, where again it outputs a question or tell you what to type, gets the input, then from there it'll just use the function right here and then output the answer. And you can basically copy that, just make sure you don't declare the variables and stuff again so it doesn't, like, mess up. Because basically if you do, it will just say, like, you already declared it. So I can mess around with that too right now. You know, just why not? Let's just see, like, just to make sure. So right here, if I go ahead and just type, well, for the multiplying one, let's do that right here. So if I type double again and just run it, it'll have a problem because it's like double sum right there on line 36. So right here, it is redeclaration of double. Redeclaration of double, so it's already a thing. So there's no point, like, calling it double again. So if I run it now, works perfectly fine. There's no problem. So basically I just know, don't really declare it twice. And yeah, basically that was the whole thing and stuff I just wanted to do. Just again, I had to look back at my notes, but nothing's wrong with that because I've only been working with this maybe like 3 days. So it just takes me a second to get everything down. But the whole thing working with this is that, again, using the videos and everything taught me a lot. As you can see, again, had a little back of my notes, nothing wrong with that. Again, you're learning. But I learned a decent amount of stuff too, just how to make a function, how to make variables, get output, print things, like get user input and output, just everything like that. And I learned this from videos. I went to college for 8 years, didn't learn how to make a function. Watch 2 videos, learn how to make a function, and I'm learning way more stuff. So it tells you a lot about the state of the school I went to. So yeah, basically with these videos, I'll probably just be making these every now and then just to kind of like review my work so I can just like make sure I learn something and to just kind of like try to reinforce and strengthen like all these techniques and skills so I can make sure I know what I was doing and just like be able to get muscle memory. So yeah, that was mostly it though. So to myself and everybody else, see you in the next one.